was better than my Neo, actually. He just does crazy micro with it. Yeah,
now, micro with Neo is one of the biggest challenges when you're running it.
He actually runs Raven Neo and only plays it for the micro. Same thing with, occasionally I see the Big Boss and Belligerent 4 playing Raven Neo do the same thing. It's actually kind of interesting when they, like, why do you play the Neo? Like, for the micro. Then on the other hand, there's the side of Neo players, like, why do you play Neo? Like me, I'm like, for the stasis. So on the left side of the map here is our reigning King of the Hill. On the green team, this is his 4th game, so he's our 3-game long reigning King of the Hill. He's from Memento Mori. Give it up for Wreckz playing his Lexi Striker. On the other side of the map here, on the right side, on the blue team, we have the Man That Won, also known as Ash Carroll, playing as Kira Osprey, and I'm not familiar with that faction, but the faction tag is Angels. She's opening with a Moneymaker, 3 Moneymaker opening, while Wreckz is opening with a Jumper opening. Jumpers were just buffed to undo the last nerf, which was a few months ago. Right before the double kill tournament, actually. Jumpers were considered decently strong, but not super OP. I think Flamers were better than
now,
slightly
Wreckz
better
is
than they
losing
were
a lot of those jumpers to the neutral brutes in that outpost.
You don't open jumpers against brutes.
And
in
they
my
are
opinion.
all gone.
Oh no, that was
and Wreckz goes down as well. At the same time, the Man That Won is also losing one of his Gemini.
Yeah. Oh, that was a disaster opening for Wreckz. Actually, he's just making more. Now,
it's worth noting that the Man That Won almost always plays an Angel, so it's interesting to see the change of him going up with the Osprey. And he does seem to be struggling a little bit with that micro, losing his 2nd Gemini. You're right.
Yeah, the fact that Man
now, if you leave your units alone with the neutrals on Twin Peaks, you will lose them. They will be in trouble.
Yeah, Twin Peaks, in my opinion, definitely favors tankier units. Like, this is one of the maps we're opening with Armadillos and Moneymakers. It's a really bad opening. Actually, you have to time everything perfectly. On the other hand, Gemini and Longhorn openings on this map are very strong, as long as you have a few healing units
some jumpers to harass that outpost. Yeah. If he can take this, then it will completely negate the fact.
I think he can, as long as he doesn't die.
Now he's putting out a couple of tanks, of course.
Yeah. So those jumpers are going to get in. Jumpers back when they were actually strong, were strong for the reason that they had pretty strong survivability, because if you bombed a huge mass of them, there'd be a small chance of them all dodging that bomb, the first bomb, and like not taking any damage. The reason that they all of a sudden fell completely from the meta, they had taken a lot of nerfs, and because of that, Flamer had become slightly stronger. In my opinion, Flamer was always a counter for the jumper.
Oh, now we've got Ash Carroll cheesing over here. Wreckz is responding.
Yeah.
Not cheesing with creeps, so Wreckz is going to have no problem taking out that 1 Gemini.
Yeah. It's kind of funny seeing Wreckz. Did you see that 0 health Gemini? Really, 0 health. Wreckz lifted up, and then he had to actually land. He was not, because 2 of his creeps were dead. The other 2 creeps actually couldn't attack that Gemini. So Wreckz actually had to land to deal with the 0 health Gemini. Now that's sad. If he didn't do that, that Gemini probably would have actually neutralized that outpost with 0 health.
But then when the next wave of creeps came in, it wouldn't have been too much of a problem for him, of course.
That's assuming that the Man That Won, Ash Carroll, that she didn't have creeps coming up.
No, it looks like
we can see that she didn't.
Throwing up a quick line of defense here.
Yeah, looks like that line will be able to defend both her fortress and her outpost there, so that's a pretty good position, actually. But jumpers, what happened, they had already been nerfed a lot. They were, in my opinion, Flamers were the better choice, but they were still pretty strong, actually. And what Carbon did, they gave them a cost debuff. They made them cost more, and they also made their attack speed go from 2.5, one shot every 2.5 seconds to 3 seconds. So there was a huge nerf to their already slow attack speed and the cost in the same patch, and they just completely disappeared overnight because of that. Well, one of those nerfs has just been undone earlier today, and so now jumpers now attack every 2.5 seconds
Wreckz
once again.
Is pushing
they do
in,
huge
losing
burst.
a lot of units. Are those jumpers going to be able to do the job?
I think so. They have some pretty huge burst, and also they have the chance of dodging burst, because the jumpers, they're interesting. They're both the burst infantry and the anti-burst infantry at the same time. Because of their jumps, they have a chance of dodging huge amounts of burst, but at the same time, they have a very slow fire rate. We're seeing a lot of them firing right
Wreckz
now,
getting
but
low
as you
on
see,
health. Is he going to get out of there alive?
I think he
And
is.
yes, he
but
brings down that flacker, so there probably won't be any problems from the Osprey's pea shooters.
Yeah, so jumpers I think, are the second best infantry versus armored targets, but yeah, they have higher burst than SAMs, but weaker constant damage. We were seeing that there.